Long time no see. Hello everybody, welcome back to this YouTube channel. If you're not following me yet, my name is Julia, and in today's clip we are starting off my one product only series, which are inspired by previous clips that I used to upload on YouTube where I would focus only on one product. However, what is new for 2025 is that I actually am making this one a standalone series where I structured the video clips, and we're gonna have also a rating system. There are 5 pillars that is gonna influence the overall rating of the product: packaging, formulation, versatility, compact, and price point. Today's episode we're gonna focus on Haus foundation, more specifically called Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. And without further ado, let's put this bad boy to the test. So this is how the skin looks like before. It's very hydrated, and this is how the texture of the foundation is presented. It's very liquidy. So I'm taking a foundation brush and I apply thin layers because the thin layers are actually covering so much in terms of like the coverage of the foundation. I feel with this particular product, as you can see the before and after side by side, this is before and this is after. You don't need that much product. Actually, it's only one pump for each side because I'm using the back of my hand. However, if you would use like a plastic plate, you could get away with just a pump. Now it's time to wrap up the entire look. So we are using concealer, bronzer, and all that jazz. Some of the stuff that I chosen within the process are loved previously alongside this foundation. However, I did dare to implement other products that I haven't combined previously with this foundation, just in a way to test out how blendable are other products on top of this foundation. And so far, I've been really impressed with everything. It's so glowy, it's so blended within like the actual foundation. Everything looks like skin. And this is very impressive for how full coverage this foundation actually is. Obviously, my approach was to combine products that I used before alongside the foundation as well as newness. However, obviously take everything with a grain of salt. It's not like I used the entire beauty industry on top of the foundation. But I'm impressed with how everything looks. Now that we finished the application process and we saw this particular foundation work also around other products such as powder, bronzer, highlighter, and blush, we can discuss the rating system. Starting off with the packaging, this is a very luxe component. It is made with frosted glass. It is a very heavy component and it looks amazing on your vanity. Even the cap has like a proper click, so it's very secure. The pump never got blocked on me. From a packaging perspective, I want to give it a 5 out of 5, which is the maximum, because in all honesty I can't think of anything negative when it comes to this product. Next, we are discussing formulation. This product is extremely full coverage, and yet you would think it feels thick on your skin. However, this is very breathable for how full coverage it is. It has a very lightweight texture. It is by far one of the most unique formulations that I've ever tried myself. It sort of mattifies down, but it doesn't have this matte finish because it still has a glow from within, which is sort of a hybrid foundation between mattifying and glowy, dewy skin. I can't express how impressed I was with this formula. I feel I haven't tried anything on the market of this kind, and that's why I'm gonna rate it a 5-star out of 5. It's pretty high, but I always go back to this over and over and over and over again. When it comes to its versatility, this foundation is pretty high up there because it's so lightweight that you can actually use it anywhere. You don't feel it on your skin. You can use it on your Friday nights, you can use it at work, you can use it on shoot days, you can use it pretty much anywhere. And obviously, because Haus is owned by Lady Gaga, usually what I find with celebrity makeup brands is that they always think about their products, especially their complexion products, to be able to perform also on camera, because obviously they are always under a lens, hence why you can use it even on shoots. I saw so many makeup artists having it in their kits. From that perspective, I think it's very versatile, not only because obviously it has high coverage and an amazing kind of like finish, but also because you genuinely don't feel it on your skin. So it's a 5 out of 5. It's very up there. I really love this foundation. When it comes to being compact, I would say it is travel friendly because it has 30 mils, but I can't give it a 5 out of 5 just because obviously the packaging is meant to look really luxe and make your application process, luxury, an experience. And because of that, they made it really heavy. It really feels luxe, but it's a very heavy bottle. And also, as you can see, the frosted glass, it's kind of like over the top of the actual component that holds the foundation. So obviously there's a lot of unnecessary, if you will, from a compact perspective, packaging that could have been like removed if you wanted it to be compact. I don't see makeup artists walking within their kits with like a millions of Haus Labs bottles just because of how heavy they are. I bet they actually decanter these into plastic, smaller, travel-friendly packaging, and hence why when it comes to it being compact, it is a 3 out of 5, just because obviously it never spilled. It is very secure from the perspective of like not making a mess. I bet this wouldn't be indestructible. I don't think it smashes that easily, but it's heavy and it has extra packaging that it's pretty much unnecessary. Lastly, but certainly not least, price point. This is £42. It is extremely expensive. It's not a cheap foundation by any means. And I definitely recommend you should go initially to Sephora and get yourself a couple of samples, not only because it helps you out to decide on your perfect shade, but also because this is a hefty price to splurge on a product. But it's definitely a unique formulation, so I think based on that perspective, the price point is affected by how unique this product is. But my heart wouldn't let me to give it a 5 out of 5, so I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5, just because I think the formula is extremely unique, to a point where I think it's quite personalized, it's quite custom made for Haus Labs. I don't think any other brand has yet this particular formulation. So I think that's why I'm still giving it a 4 out of 5, not like a 3, because I do see the price point in how unique its performance is. All in all, this product comes to a total of 4.5 stars, so I would definitely buy it. I really love it. It's my ride or die. I always pick it up. I always trust it. I would always recommend this product to anyone. I think it is an amazing investment. I just love it. So not surprised at all that it's at a 4.5. I really do think it would have been to a 5 if it was for the packaging and price point, but we can't have it all. Let me know in the comments down below if you can guess what product we'll be rating next time.